loves? Welcome back to another reactionary video with your girl Sarah. And there's been a slight hitch in the plan of tonight's reaction. I'm not going to say necessarily I was going to do a reaction for the full series right tonight and right in this video, but I was aiming to react to the Young David series. It's a series you can watch for free on Angel Studios. I will leave a link to their channel because I'm not yet able to leave links outside of YouTube, but yes, that is the best I can do. But here's a link you can type into. I might leave a link in the description that you can copy and paste if you would like, or just angels.com should send you there. But yes, there was a hitch. I knew that the last episode for a time was members only, but there was a time to where recently I saw that the whole series was available. I have seen the first 4 episodes, but sadly the last 2 episodes are now locked for members only, so we will react to only the first 3 episodes. So that's a little bit of a hitch, but hey, we shall still have fun with this. I love this series. I am so excited for the movie to come out. I did react to the demo as well, and you can check that out, check out the demo itself. And I would love for a second season of this to come out. I hope they are, because it is phenomenal. Like, I love this series. I am all about, your girl is about, and if you do not know, this girl is about some. I'm on the hunt to find a good Christian anime, but I've yet to find a long-term one. I have found recently Gabriel and the Guardians, which is also on Angel Studios. Sadly, they only have 1 episode out, but yeah, let's try to get some more Christian animations and animes and just more Christian content for us to enjoy that isn't always so, I wouldn't say God-centered because that is the goal, but preachy centered, I guess, would be more so. Like some good Christian storytelling that makes you like evokes emotion of you, and like engages an audience, no matter if you're a believer or not. Like, that it's a good story if you don't have to be a Christian to enjoy it. But yes, let's go ahead and get on into it. This is episode 1, Warrior. Already enjoying the vibe.
Philistines hold the high ground here. What
I just love her boy.
This is the day the Lord will give them into our hands, and we will be free of them. Got it? Good question, Gabor.
Really remind you that he was just a boy out in the field.
Amatz. It means be strong and courageous.
He's just so adorable. I noticed that the animation of him is different than the demo. I'm wondering if it's just because this is a younger version of him, or if they've changed the style that they wanted to go towards. I was more fond of the other, so I'm hoping this is just the younger him. But he is just so adorable.
You'll never get me! Oh no! Sneak attack! Tally! Help!
But it can't be a much younger him if Tally is there, because, I mean, she's a kid. Pun intended. So if she's there, then obviously it couldn't be like more than a year less than that, than when the pilot takes place or when the movie takes place. Like, I'm not an expert in sheep lifespans, but I don't think they stay a kid for very long. Like, maybe I'm wrong. I highly doubt it, but maybe I'm just wrong. But yeah, it's called Young David, which implies that this is a much younger version of him than the movie's going to be portraying. Like a prequel type series is what it's supposed to be, but I don't know, I'm a little confused on that aspect. So I assume that it is just he is a different, like they're choosing to go with this. Maybe it's just they're going with this style for this series, but it looks very close to animation style. Uh, so I doubt that demos usually get changed, and it seems like this might be the style they're going with for David moving forward than the previous version we've seen.
You'll never get me!
But it is adorable, like just seeing him play in the fields.
Sneak attack! Tally!
Like it really, he's just a boy.
Kippur, look out! That's no Philistine. It's an Amalekite!
It gives me, like, I've already thought of an idea that I want to do for a child's series of books. I'm taking the character that I mentioned in the previous reaction of how he reminds me of a character that I write whose name is also David. And I'm taking my David that I'm writing, and he does appear in my Patreon series, but I'm writing a younger version of him. I'm realizing the parallels. It was completely unintentional. Like, I did not have this idea. I don't want to say that I had the idea first or before I knew of this. I can't remember. I just know that I had the idea for a while now because of how I write a lot of flashback scenes in my main series, Distorted Reality. It got me in the mood to just want to write a series that was like the flashback scenes, but of its own, but more geared towards a younger audience, like elementary, middle school type age. I plan to write it in a way because it's in the same world to where older audience can enjoy it and get into it in the same way as with my flashback scenes, to where not all of them are wholesome, some of them are a little bit trauma of the past, to say the least. But a lot of them are just kind of like little snippets of the past, of just like them growing up or something, and it's very sweet, and I want to get that into its own series and make sure that it is something that's kid appropriate or child appropriate. So I want to write it in a sense to where it's not necessarily like, I don't want to say dumbed down, but kind of, I'm trying to think of the word. It's kind of aged down literally and as far as in appropriateness, but I'm trying to keep it to where it still has a story intriguing enough. Like, it's the childhood of an important character, so there is important things that happen to where you would get out a lot out of it if you're somebody who's wanting to dive into the world and dive into these characters more. But it's not necessarily going to be like, oh, it's you have to read these to understand things that are going on. If it's not in the series or not directly connected to a book, then it's not something you have to worry about, but it is something to where you can dig into more if you like the world type deal. But I do, like, this does give me like ideas of how to go about it. It's basically going to be a series of David when he was younger, probably like 8 or 9, alongside his sister and his best friend Caroline, and kind of just like little adventures. There are some serious things that happen. I'm going to try to make it to where it's kid appropriate still, to where, like, for example, the idea for the first book is going to be he deals with night terrors, and it's going to be a book to where it has an episode of him having a night terror in a sense, but not necessarily full-blown night terror, just more so like he wanders somewhere in his sleep where he's not supposed to, and he's got to find his way back home. But I'm trying to do it kind of in a sense of, because I write spiritual fantasy, it's dealing with kind of like spiritual warfare in a kid appropriate way, where most of it's not like, you don't really come across a whole lot of like demons, scary demons, like in trauma majorly like you do with my main series and my adult series. It'd be more so kind of like what happens is more gonna be with their imagination, or a very mild version of what you see in my adult stuff. But yes, this gives me ideas of how to go about it, because a lot of it's going to be just kids being kids, So it's fun to see stuff like that. It's fun to get also inspiration like that. And he very much is just like a sunshiny kind of character, and he's just like so adorable.
No one messes with my sheep!
I mean, I know that kids don't really do this nowadays, but this very much hits home of just like, I would do this with my siblings, like go out and just play and just like make believe.
Hey, it's
Like
okay.
it's sad that a lot of
It's
kids
not
don't
real.
do that nowadays.
Look. Be strong and courageous.
I love seeing this, especially.
Were you guys just messing with me?
Like, I love seeing this and it geared towards like showing his faith in the Lord. Like, it's so adorable and wholesome and amazing, and just like, I'm hoping that this can help kids be encouraged. Like, you can see his childlike and just like firm, like not just childlike, but just like his trust in the Lord. And that was David, a man after God's own heart and a boy after God's own heart. Like, it's just, it's adorable and just like so sweet and just like, oh, heart-wrenching. And it's another series to where we're not going to know necessarily everything that happens, but we at least know the main plot points of what happens. So we know like he's not going to get hurt in a sense that he's going to die. So any cliffhanger like that's kind of just like not a cliffhanger, but it's still sense like you still feel for him. It's like more so what we saw from the demo, just like how he just jumps off a cliff trusting the Lord. Like that kind of faith is just
Tally! No!
it's always Tally. Like she really
Oh.
I feel like these sheep are going to resemble a lot of like a Christian walk. Tally being naive. I've seen like some of the other sheep, so there is other aspects of just being like naive or just like uncaring or just getting themselves into scenarios without thinking much because it's just their nature. And David definitely playing into his role of the Christ-like character and just saving us out of our unwise nature, to say the least. Gotta make sure he saves his sheep. And he did, in fact, tackle bears and lions, so this is very much in his nature. And it's sweet to see it as far as in being demonstrated of reminding us that he is just a boy. Like seeing that at the beginning of the episode, him just like playing make-believe, because that's very much what that was. Like we saw it in the demo too, as far as in, I mean, what else are you gonna do watching sheep all day? But seeing that like childlike nature of just like playing make-believe and just like being the hero, and then turning around and actually having to be the hero to save his sheep. Like it's like we can forget how young David was. I know that I do. Like boy goes and kills a giant, and like that's, grown men were terrified. Like that's crazy to think about. Like grown men were terrified, and he's just like, nope, the Lord's got me. Like in a sense, he kind of had to be a child with a childlike faith to just like trust his father to just have him. Like it's a very privileged thing to grow up with faith, because you hear all these stories of people who come to the faith and how like I don't know, it's, I'm trying to think of how to word this. Like when you grow up believing, yes, you can have days to where you find it like you can get cynical or you can find it hard to trust the Lord is going to bring you through. And at the same time, maybe it's just a niche experience. I say that as in, like, I do know that there's a lot of people who grow up believing and still have trouble believing. But I know, as for like myself and for many others, to where when you grow up believing, you kind of just like have that faith stuck to you more firmly of like, God's always brought me through, so why would he bring me through this? And just kind of knowing God as a child, it's easier to keep that child's view of, he's my dad, he's my father, he's going to protect me, he's going to guard me, he's going to keep me safe. And yes, just like with regular parents, there's going to be days to where we're scared and questioning how we're going to get out of this. But at the end of the day, when we trust our father and trust our parent, like it's you're not alone. Like, there very much is so many days to where I'm just like hanging on by a thread, and very much am aware of like how much I'm struggling to like believe and keep my faith. But even then, if it wasn't that I grew up with it, I don't think I would be as firmly footed in those situations, if that makes sense. Like, it's, I don't know. I'm not saying like you are, I don't know what I'm trying, like how I'm trying to explain it. I'm just saying, as far as in, you can tell that this boy has been like believing since he was young, and you can see how him believing since he's young, he's got this easy faith of just like, of course he's got it. Like, why wouldn't he get it? Like, he's always had it before, so why wouldn't he have it before? It's kind of like when you're a kid who is jumping into your parents' arms, like jumping up, like, there's these games that you can play with your parents that you can see kids play with their parents, and they'll like jump into their parents' arms, and sometimes they'll do it from an early age if they're just like a reckless child, and sometimes it can take the parents coaxing of, like, no, I got you, you can jump, you don't have to worry. But once that child gets it in their head of, oh no, I'm going to jump and daddy's going to catch me, or I'm going to jump and mommy's going to catch me, like that is, or I'm going to jump and this person that I trust and love dearly is going to catch me because they say they are and they have every other time. It's kind of like that with God when you, maybe even not growing up, but just like having a long standing faith of just like, you get used to God catching you, so it's becomes easier and just more like, well, he has every other time, why wouldn't he now? Like, I don't know, you can see that, and it's just so sweet and so adorable in this. Like, I love seeing it just like brought into visual and like brought to life in a sense. And we are standing our ground. Which honestly, that point might also be why these sheep keep getting themselves into issues.
To make lions so strong?
Like, even that is,
I mean, they're very impressive.
It's just so sweet.
But... Tally! Tally?
And she's just gonna be pouncing around, isn't she?
It's okay.
Aww, she's scared.
He's gone. Come here, girl. Oh. You're welcome.
But the fact that he saves them all the time, like, no wonder these sheep get themselves into a muck all the time. They know that their shepherd's gonna save them.
Okay, you see this? This is what you were supposed to do to the Philistines.
Like, that's so sweet. And that is the end of that episode, and I just love it so much. Like, seriously, it's just, oh, so amazing. Like, I can't wait for them to come out with more of these, and I can't wait to just like, so like, it's kind of like when you see like a really cute baby or child and you just like, I love you so much, you're so cute, I just want to eat you, like, and you just get the cute like, like, I don't know what I want to do, but I just like cute rages, I guess. I don't know what, there's a word to it, I just can't think of it. Like, you rage out from the cuteness, and just like the warmth is just like too much of like serotonin. Is that what that word is? Because it's not dopamine that I'm thinking of. Just like when you see something that's just like so cute, I think it's serotonin that gets into your brain. It's just like a serotonin over, and it's just like, I just want to squish your face. Like, if this show had a face, I just would want to squish its face. But that is it for this, and oh, I'm loving it. It's so sweet, so adorable, and I'm just like, will be definitely reacting to as many episodes as I can. Yeah, but thank you for coming, thank you for staying, and thank you for all the support and loves. And I do have plans of doing something different with this channel coming up. I'm aiming to do two different things. I do enjoy doing series, watching series and being able to get them out like every other week or whatever, like having something steady to watch, but not necessarily having that as the main go-to. So my goal is to, after this sabbatical, which I shall be off of it by the point of this video's out. I'm recording it before my sabbatical, but after my sabbatical is when I'm going to be recording different things. My goal is to shift away from the animated short films and stuff like that. I might still dash them in there every now and then, but my goal is to actually get into longer form reaction content, as far as in reacting to movies, reacting to series, and actually reacting to longer stuff and clipping it like how I have been, of shortening them and condensing them down, and keeping, at least for certain stuff, the movies and stuff, having the long form on my Patreon. But that is if there's a whole lot of actual content that I'm cutting out of it, like as far as, and if it's just me sitting here just like whatever, then I'll probably just do that for the movies, keep the long form on there and put the short form on here. But if it's just like, if it's like an episode or something and it's just like most of it's just me sitting there and doing a comment here and there, but not necessarily like full on pausing and commenting type deal, like having those cut out and left, like if I don't have a whole lot of content cut out to be left in for a longer version for Patreon, then I'm not gonna worry about that. I guess I'll have to figure it out. It just depends, because Lord knows, and if you are a viewer of longer sense on here, then you know that I can take a 20-minute video and make it extended, because I have a tendency of pausing. Like this was just a 5-minute video and it's already well past that. But yes, I do plan on starting to shift my reactions to other things. I do want to get the Hunger Games reacted to. I have seen them countless times before. They're near and dear to my heart, but I do want to react to that. That might be one of the first reactions, depending on when and where I can find it, because as I said before, currently your girl is stuck to just reacting to free content, as far as in if I can find it on a free streaming service. But eventually I plan to branch out when I'm not so broke. But for now I'm broke and I gotta find where I can. But if you have a good series that you would like me to react to, or a good movie and it is Christian appropriate, it does not have to be Christian content, but as far as in it doesn't have a lot of blood and guts or cussing or sexual content, then feel free to suggest the way. If you want to suggest anyway, then go ahead. I am very much, I'm trying to keep this, like, for me personally, I don't do a whole lot of cursing and profanity and sexual stuff, so on this channel I'm not gonna, inject myself into that kind of content just for reactions. Why would I do that? But yes, so that's also, for your sake, my sake, Christian appropriate is what we will leave it to. And like I said, if you want to suggest something, then that is, feel free. If I feel icky about it or off about it, then I'm not going to react to. Or even if I do react to it and at the end I feel like the Lord's like, hey, yeah, don't post that, then I won't post it. Try to keep it Christian friendly on here. But that is it, and I thank you all for coming and staying and watching this with me, and I encourage you to watch this series in full for yourself. It is a lovely series. And come back next Tuesday if you would like to join me again for another reaction. I try to post every Tuesday except for the last or first of the month, depending where the week lands. I take a week off every month just to chill out. So no posting, no working, no maybe I'll do something subtle, but yes, there's definitely no post here or on my web series on the last/first, depending on how it lands, week of the month. But that is it. I bid you all adieu, and that is it for me. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whenever it is for you. It is night for me, so good night to you. I pray blessings upon you all, if I have not said that yet. Goodbye.